Hey everyone, it's been a little while since I've had a lapidary video out, and I hope everyone's having great holiday breaks so far, and I hope you continue to have good ones in the future here. But today, we're just going to jump right into it. What I'm doing is I'm working this piece of rainbow obsidian that came from World of Rockhounds. And check out that rainbow in this piece. That has got quite the color. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna give this a nice little surface polish. I'm not gonna cut it up and cab it or anything or do any crazy shapes. In fact, I might even kind of leave this bump in here and just smooth down those bits a little bit. But I'm gonna attempt to use my new rotary tool. And well, it may be that I end up totally reworking this piece and cutting it up and using it on the flat lap or something, but we're just gonna see how it goes with the new rotary tool. I did take a little sandpaper to it right here where you can see those kind of blurred marks against the conchoidal fractures. I was curious to see how it would hand polish, and I just took some 150 grit sandpaper and actually did that fairly quickly. So I have pretty high hopes that the rotary tool should be able to work it no problem, just not overwork the motor on it like I did my last one. So anyway, let's jump into it, and maybe in between here and there somewhere, or at the end of the video, we'll show you some of the other pieces that he sent as well. And just to show this one off a little closer and a little more here, I realized I didn't show the other side. It's got, you know, a bit of that fracturing going on there, but it's got nice rainbow on the other side here as well. Just got to get it at the right angle. For today, I'm probably going to leave this back side alone. I thought about starting on the back side here where it's already pretty flat and trying that with the rotary tool, but I don't know. I decided to just go for it, and we'll smooth down these edges and then get right into smoothing this piece out. I'm not sure if I'm going to go for the entire thing today or just like maybe half of it. Doesn't really make sense to do half because then you've got to do all the grits again, but I don't know what I'm saying. It's been so long since I've cut and polished anything. I'm being nonsensical here. Man, that is gorgeous. And this is without sunlight. This is just with my new studio lights, courtesy of Loki. All right, let's get the Dremel out and get working. Small interjection here. Somehow it stopped recording right in the middle. I don't know what happened, but I was just sitting there going to town and I started smoothing out the edges and I looked at my phone and it wasn't recording. I was like, oh no. So anyway, you didn't miss much, but look at what I started. Okay, so far I just started to smooth out two of those ridges that were coming up really high right there. As you can see, there's more ridges going that way and like that one there. I'm gonna smooth them down a little bit, round them out, and yeah, we'll just go from there. But all you missed was me working those three spots right there a little bit. So I'm gonna get into it. I think I'm gonna also round down the edges. They're a little sharp. I hit them with some sandpaper and another stone already just to try and get some of the sharp bits off, because opening the box, it cut me. That's like 4 days old, it healed, but a tiny little sliver of obsidian went right into my finger. So I'm gonna work some of these edges down a little bit. Ooh, look at that beautiful rainbow. And yeah, especially right back here. This is where it keeps poking me a little bit while I'm trying to hold it. So we'll do that, go around the edges, and then I'll get to the ridges. And we'll start working through the grits. Enjoy the music. I wasn't really paying attention while recording, so my arm was in the way a whole bunch. I'm gonna edit that out as much as I can, and we might skip a bunch of the polishing, or at least the grinding and stuff. Well, it's looking like that first pad is actually going to polish some of these scratches out. I wasn't sure how well this would work, but you can see there, it actually, it's doing some damage. So let's get into it. I'm going to just jump ahead, go through the 280, 600, 1200 grit wheels, and we'll just get right up to the end where I'm going to start applying the pastes. Why not? Well, my old pad that I had on there from before fell off. It's getting kind of old, so we got a new pad on there. Man, those new pads look nice. If you ever wondered what the high-tech diamond pads look like up close, there you go. tiny resin fibers and grit. Something a little chunky in this one right there. So I'm gonna fly through the next ones here, which are the red and the blue, after I finish up with the brown pad here. And those will be a lot shorter than what we just watched. And we'll kind of rush on to the end so we can see the final result. Alrighty, so a bit of an update for you here. It was going pretty good, and you can see I worked out most of those scratches. That's how deep they were everywhere. You can see I worked them out most places, but what I'm noticing is there's still this little spot that's a little deep, and a couple right there. This little spot is real difficult. And then right up here, this little spot, I guess I never got it very well in the first place, so I think I'm gonna go back a step, put a bigger tip on. I also can't get down in this groove, so I'm gonna put the bigger head on real quick, make this a little larger to get down in there, and then smooth this tip out a little better to get down on there. Then we'll come back to this part with this head. And then this one here is the 325. We'll come back to the 325, finish up that and all the little spots that I'm gonna go back and touch up. But overall, it was going pretty good. Can't complain. Still see that rainbow hiding in there. Just gotta get rid of those scratches and we'll move on up from the 325 to, next I've got these ones here. So I've got the orange pads, which are the, are those the orange or the red? Ooh, I don't remember if these, I think these are actually the reds that are 600. And then the blues are 1200. They didn't have 3000. I bought like the last of these that Hi-Tech had. So I'm waiting, and I'll have some Nova points soon, but those won't be here in time to finish this video. So we're just working with what I have. And then we'll try some high grit paste and maybe some cerium oxide to finish it off. So let's skip through all these steps real quick. I might not go, I'll show you after I go back and smooth these parts out, but I'm not gonna make you watch that. So let's see how I did. All right, so I touched it up a little bit. I went down a little deeper there, re-rounded that out a little bit. And yeah, smoothed out some parts. And then I already went back and started to do the brown 325 grit, but it looks like I missed just a few spots there. There's still some deep white scratches there. So I'm gonna go over that one more time real quick here, but yeah, looking a good bit better. I think that pad is wearing out because it's starting to leave interesting kind of marks there. Might have to switch the pad, use one more of the 325, and then we'll move on. Okay, so just wanted to show y'all, to help keep this cool and running smoother for longer, I've got this little fan running off my USB battery, and it's actually helping keep it really cool. It was heating up quite a bit before when I was using it, and now, like, after using it for a while, nice and cool. Anyway, let me give you a little update. I just finished with the 600 and started up with my little tiny 1200. Unfortunately, I don't have the right kind of tip for these, so I just got them on a little felt pad. And they're a lot smaller than the other ones I was just using. So they're running out really fast on the grit. But you can see it's getting a shine there. Got a pretty intense wobble in the shine. I'm hoping as we keep going with the 1200 and then maybe try the 3000, that'll go away. And then I might have to move up to some pastes. But unfortunately, that might not, you know, get done in time to have this video out for the Obsidian week. Okay, so I jumped a little ways ahead here and it's starting to take a polish. You can see some reflection of my LED lights there. But it's got quite a bit of a fine little tiny wobble to it there, you can see. But using a rotary to polish is not easy. I've only just gotten up to the 1200, and the problem I was having on both the 600 and 1200 is these spots were getting worse and worse, and I actually thought they were scratches from the 220 or before, but it turns out they're little tiny bubbles opening up. And I used my hand lens to look really close, and the more I grind away at some of these spots, the more little bubbles start to open up, and just as they approach the surface, they turn kind of white, and after you polish past them, they, you know, open up, turn kind of blackish, and disappear again. But the more I do it, the more little bubbles keep popping up. So anyway, for now, you know, that's actually looking a little better than I was expecting. There's a spot right there that's got some deeper scratches, and right there. And maybe a touch there. And definitely some right there. So I may go back and do a little bit more with the 600 in those 4 spots, I guess. And then go back to the little 1200s. The thing is, these little discs are not great for contour carving in these little spots. So I've just gone ahead and ordered myself some Nova points, but they won't be here in time to finish this video and get it out for Obsidian Week. Okay, so you'll have to pardon the sound of the fan in the background. It's cooling my rotary tool, and I've got a mask on for the felt. I actually decided to go ahead and polish with the 14,000 paste, and it was taking a pretty nice polish with the 14,000. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 50,000 grit, just so we see how nice it might actually finish. It might hide most of those scratches. I'm still going to go back when I get the Nova points, but you know what, just for the sake of seeing the potential in this piece, I'm going to go ahead and do the 50,000 and then maybe even the cerium oxide. So I know I said the video was over, but let's keep going. Oh no, it won't stop. It's got pressure. Oh, that had some pressure in it. Barely touched it. That's okay, we got plenty of paste. I just did the 14,000 grit, went and washed my hands in the stone really well. Now I've got the 50,000 grit in my nails. Lovely. Alright, this will go flying off all over the place if I don't kind of rub it in. So we're gonna smush it into the pad here a little bit. It still might go shooting around, we'll see. Alright, wish me luck. I hope this comes out looking real nice. Alright, I'm gonna go wash the polish off and let's see how it looks. Maybe give it a once more over, let this cool a little bit. So overall, it actually takes a better shine than I thought with my lack of skill. But we'll go back, we'll do all that in another video. You can see way too many deep scratches and stuff in there that I did not level out enough before going up. But taking it up to the 50,000 grit polish does give it a good shine. So I'm not good with obsidian. It's so soft compared to agates. Man, it just takes some deep, deep scratches. But there we go. It's shiny. It's a poor polish. And in another video, it'll get a really, really nice polish. Something that it deserves. This is without cerium oxide. This is just the 50,000 and all using my Dremel. So we'll see how it goes next time. Thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it. Look forward to sharing more with you soon here as I got my flat lap repaired. And yeah. Before we go out, I just want to say big thanks to my Patreon members. I'm gonna go buy these Nova Tips right now. Got them pulled up on my laptop. Gonna purchase those, and yeah, I think we'll have a little live possibly this next week. I have my training schedule completed at my new job. I've got a week off before I start on my normal schedule. So in that week, I'm gonna have some time to do some gold panning, polish some more rocks, use my flat lap, and all sorts of other things. I've got a lot to show y'all, including the new gold pans that came, 3D printed gold pans. They are really nice. I like them. So I'll use those in a video coming out possibly Monday, maybe Tuesday. I'm gonna work on that this weekend, but for now, I gotta go edit this video and get it put out today because it's the end of Obsidian Week. And if you all have not checked out already, go see World of Rockhounds and Patrick Donahue. They're the ones running this, and they've got the links to everyone who's been sharing with them and doing the Obsidian Week challenge. Alternatively, you can also just go and search the hashtag Obsidian Week. Boop, 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 that there. And yeah, I will see you all in the future. As I'm one to always do, I've said bye maybe 4 or 5 times now, but for reals this time, bye.